Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Tiger, and up here today with another first impressions video. I'm going to be talking about the Back 4 Blood game. Now, I played the beta last night, and yes, this is the beta, but, and I did upload some gameplay of it as well, if you want to check that out. But I thought I would address my what I think of the game so far, and am I looking forward to it come October and all of that good stuff. So straight off the bat, I want to start off by saying that yes, Back for Blood is created by some of the same team as Left 4 Dead. Now, I love Left 4 Dead and I love Left 4 Dead 2. This is no surprise here. I love those games, and we've had multiple games come out in the past couple of years that have been Left 4 Dead-esque. That use that Left 4 Dead formula, the 4 players, the hordes of enemies, the different special infect types of enemies, and all of that good stuff. We've seen Vermintide take it from Warhammer, and they did their twist on it with the sort of Warhammer style to it. We've seen games like World War Z, which made it into more of a third person game. We've seen we go with the game, I think it was Extinction or something like that. I can't remember what it was called, Extermination or something like that. The Alien one, which unfortunately wasn't that good. But Back for Blood seems to be back on track. Now, I want to start off by saying that don't look at Back for Blood as being Left 4 Dead 3. Like I said, Left 4 Dead is great. Yes, it's old, but it doesn't really need to be changed too much because the formula works. Back 4 Blood takes the formula for Left 4 Dead in the sense of 4 players, multiple enemy types, all of that good stuff. The sort of point A to point B kind of thing, chapters, the sort of dungeon master AI and all of that good stuff. But in this game, I feel like this game has taken it and changed it up a bit. So the first thing you want to know is that this game uses something like a card system. So basically, a lot of these games lately have had card systems, and some games I've been a fan of it, other games I haven't. But Back 4 Blood, it seems to work quite well. So basically how it works is you choose a deck of cards, and each card will, you can have up to 15 cards in a deck. Obviously, you get them through leveling up and all of that good stuff. And basically how the cards work, there will just be different sort of things. So like ability card, like, oh, maybe you'll get health back every time you kill an enemy with a melee attack, to like team-based ones, offensive ones, defensive ones, better equipment, that sort of stuff. The usual sort of things with these sort of games. But how it works actually in this game is really interesting. So at the start of each chapter or mission, whatever you want to call it, or act, you'll be given a choice from maybe like 4 or 5 cards to choose, and whatever you choose, you have for that entire run, basically. So every time you complete a chapter, you'll get another card to choose from your deck. It's randomized, but you can choose from it. And then basically how it works is, I think if you're playing with a team, it will add up over time. So basically, if you chose melee damage increase and your friend chose, I don't know, you're playing with one other person, they chose increased ammo, then it would make it work as a team. And that's something I think really worked for this game, because this is a team-based co-op game. So I think it's going to work really well. And you can really sort of fine-tune it to really, if you're playing with friends and you're trying to play on harder difficulties, it definitely worked really well. I think it's a really cool feature, and I think that is the biggest thing that separates it from Left 4 Dead, is the fact that it's got more of somewhat of an RPG style to it, I guess. But what I also like is it also has a thing called corruption cards. Now, corruption cards are kind of like, can either be like an extra objective, basically. So let's say in the map there might spawn like a crate that you have to find, or maybe the enemies are faster, maybe there's more hazards. One of them I seen was pretty cool. There was like a mist around the map, so an environmental one, which is really cool. And I think they give the game more RNG elements, more variables. Like I said, Left 4 Dead has a lot of variables to it with its Dungeon Master AI. This game is doing it in the sense of the RNG with the card element, which I think works really well. So every time you play the game, you're always going to get a bit of RNG in there. You're going to find that one run might be different from another one. Again, you can mess around with cards and change it up. You know, if you want to go full on, you know, heavy melee, heavy character, you could do that. If you want to go sort of more team orientated, healing orientated, you can do that. And so that's how the card system works. Then we go on to the weapons. Now this is where I was actually kind of surprised, and I actually didn't like the weapon systems in this game. So first of all, the weapons, obviously you start with your basic weapon, whatever your character. So you have characters as well, and each character has their own card and starting weapon and all of that good stuff. So again, it is differentiating itself from Left 4 Dead in the sense that it's increased on the card, the characters. Not every character is the same. Again, like I said, Left 4 Dead works really well for what it is, but like I said, I'm not looking at this as Left 4 Dead. So that works really well. And then basically how the weapons work is throughout the game you'll find money. Basically you get things copper basically, and you get money from doing objectives and completing levels, doing challenges, all of that stuff, finding it around the map. And then you can use it to so weapons have rarities. So if you played Call of Duty Zombies Cold War, it had that sort of weapon rarity to it, the basic you know, grey, green, blue and epic, you know, purple. The higher the rarity, the better the weapon is. But you can also at the start of each chapter in the safe house, you'll find a like a crate where you can use the money that you've accumulated to purchase extra cards, team offensive bonuses, team bonuses, weapons, attachment chests. You can get attachments in this game, which is also a new feature. So you can find attachments to your weapons. You can also use it to buy offensive equipment. So you can have 3 pieces of equipment in this. You get a support equipment, which can be like a healing item. You can get like an offensive item like a grenade or something, like pipe bomb, grenade, that sort of stuff. And then you get a what's the other one? There's another piece of equipment you can get, and that's sort of like another type of equipment that can be like a stun gun or an ammo box or something like that, like a one-time use sort of thing for personal use. And I like this system. I think it works pretty well. Again, it does increase, again, it has a lot of variables because the amount of weapons there in. There are more weapons in this game, and each weapon again has damage and weapon rarity as well, and even the equipment has rarity as well, which is really cool, and I like it. Honestly, some people may not be a big fan of this weapon rarity and equipment rarity we're seeing in a lot of games at the moment, but honestly, I think it works pretty well. So like I said, those are the sort of new features in the game. Again, it has the sort of similar Left 4 Dead vibe with the 4-player co-op, the sort of RNG elements. There's a lot of things that you can do, like if you shoot cars or startle birds and stuff like that, it will trap the horde. There's obviously the special infected type. There's like one that's like got a giant arm and will grab you and slam you around kind of like a charger, but they're really slow. There's one that sort of jumps around and spits stuff at you and can make your character trap. There's one that hide on the wall and jump out at you. Again, and then there's the one that comes at you and explodes. Again, it uses those sort of Left 4 Dead types of special infected, but puts their own twist on them, basically. So it gives them a little bit of their own sort of style to them. But again, obviously when I was playing it, I was going, oh, there's a boomer, the one that explodes, oh, it's a boomer. But obviously it's not a boomer, but again, your mind goes straight to Left 4 Dead because it's using that format, but again, putting their own twist on the types of enemies and stuff like that. I feel like this game has a lot of potential to be really good. Now, there was, I didn't really find too many things to complain about. A lot of people were complaining about connection issues. I didn't have any connection issues because I was just playing with my friend. So honestly, I didn't really see too many of a connection issue. One thing, the bots in the game, they can be a bit stupid at times. There was one part where one bot got on the turret and he was trying to shoot the enemies, but there was no ammo in the turret and he didn't get off the turret. But one thing I will say is actually really cool feature is if you die in the game and there's a bot still alive, you can actually take control of the bot, which I think is awesome. You know, me and my friend did that yesterday. We went down and there was a bot still alive. He's like, oh, quickly, I switched to the bot, revived me, and we managed to complete the mission. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. Again, you could do a similar thing in Left 4 Dead, but that was only if you were playing online with a friend and you said, oh, I need to go somewhere. You could, you know, go idle kind of thing. The bot would take over and then you could come back and join back in. But I think that's a really cool feature in the game. And it's a small feature, but a very cool one at that. Again, it's got the same sort of... It don't have loot crates in the game. And I'm hoping we don't get loot crates in the game. Again, it has that sort of leveling up system, but you don't level up and upgrade your character. You get like new cards. You can... A lot of the upgrades, it seems like this is going to be in card form. But you don't upgrade the card, you just get new cards and you can change your deck around. That's why I think the card system works really well, because it's going to be it's going to have a lot of RNG elements to it, but again, you can really fine tune how you want to play it. And if you're playing on harder difficulties, you can sort of go, okay, I'm going to need to focus more on speed here, or damage here, or ammo here, that sort of stuff. One thing that kind of confused me as well is the ammo types. So basically, there's only ammo types. So you have sniper ammo, rifle ammo, pistol and SMG ammo, and shotgun ammo. Which is kind of confusing, because if you pick up a pistol and you've already got an MP5 as well, it's going to share ammo. So that's one thing that I think maybe they could change, is maybe make pistol its own ammo. But you can actually get a card that makes pistols have unlimited ammo and stuff like that as well. So again, that's something is also to be noted as well. Even the melee weapons, there's only 4 melee weapons so far in the game, but even they have different variables to them as well. How much these weapon variables really take effect, I think it won't take effect so much on the easier modes, but if you're playing on the harder difficulties, then you really are going to have to take into consideration these rarities and variables. That's where I think all of these card and rarity system is really focused at, is the harder difficulties. Easier difficulties, you can probably get away with just using the basic weapons and whatever you find, basically. But on harder difficulties, those enemies are going to be tougher, they're going to be stronger, so you're going to really need to focus on putting the time into finding and buying the weapons and cards that really work. And I think that works pretty well. Like I said, there was a little bit of the occasional bugginess with the glitchiness and the characters sort of appearing out of nowhere and stuff. But again, it's a beta. These are minor criticisms. They're nothing game-breaking. I didn't notice anything game-breaking when I was playing it. You can check out the video from yesterday if you want to see some gameplay for it. I enjoyed it. We did both chapters in the beta. Am I going to play some more of the beta? Probably not. The game comes out to Game Pass in October. I think it's October like 4th or something like that, or 14th. It's the first week or 2 of October. So still just under 2 months away now. For my first impressions, I enjoyed it. I like this card system. I like that it feels similar to Left 4 Dead, but again, it's its own thing. It's got that same vibe to me when I played Vermintide. I'm like, okay, this is like Left 4 Dead, but it's got its own vibe to it. This one's more in depth. Vermintide had this sort of the upgrading the characters and the special abilities and weapon rarities and upgrades and stuff like that. And that was the biggest difference in Vermintide. And this game's got a similar thing with the card system. So again, I thought Back 4 Blood. My first impressions are, I enjoyed it. I think it's a fun game. It's definitely going to be a game that I can see myself putting some more time into. It's a game that I think is going to be more better for people with friends, for sure. Playing it with randoms, it could be a bit of an issue here, but again, it's got crossplay as well. I don't know if the full game's going to have crossplay. I would highly think so. So that's a great thing for a start, you know, so you can play with your friends on PC, PS4 and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm impressed. Like I said, some people might say, oh, this don't feel like a next-gen game and all of this. Honestly, I'm not that bothered about graphics and stuff. As long as the game's fun, I don't care if it goes to people like, oh, it's still look, you know, some games look better than this. Honestly, that don't bother me so much. As long as the game's fun, that's good enough for me. There were a lot of, I did feel a lot of Left 4 Dead vibes in some of the level designs, like the corridors and the farmland and the barns and the church. I'm like, you can definitely tell they were inspired by some of the Left 4 Dead levels. But again, with the RNG elements of the game, you never know what could happen, you know. So there are a few things that I just thought what I might think they might do in the main game. We'll probably get some character skin customization for each character, maybe some weapon skins. I would have said customization for weapons, but because the attachments in the game, you pick them up as you go, there wouldn't have been no point for customization. But maybe skins for the weapons we'll definitely see. I hope we don't see any sort of loot box system. If they were to do a loot box system, I would hope that it's just going to be based on, I hope they don't do like how they do it in Gears of War 4 and Gears of War 5, where you have to upgrade every card and all of this. I hope that don't, I hope it just sticks to, you know, your cards, you get your cards as you level up and then you just build a deck kind of thing. You know, I don't think we need some sort of upgrading card system. Maybe in the future they might do like a extra mode where you can do that, but all in all, Back 4 Blood, pretty fun game. If you like Left 4 Dead, I would say check it out, but don't go in there going, oh, this is just going to be a Left 4 Dead clone. It is, but it isn't. It's got its own variables and own uniqueness to it. But again, it ultimately feels like you are playing something very similar and memorable. And of course, you go in there and stuff like that. One thing I will say that might put some people off is basically the game has a snap to feature. So if you played Call of Duty or any first person shooter, you know, when you press the left trigger, your character will just instantly lock onto an enemy. I don't know if that can be turned off in this game. It is a little bit off-putting for these sort of games when there's so many enemies on the screen at some times. But again, that might be something that can be turned off, or maybe in harder difficulties it isn't on there, like aim assist. I didn't have an issue with it, but it might be off-putting to some people. But all in all, Back 4 Blood was a fun game. I enjoyed it. I think the beta did a good job of getting me ready for the game. It doesn't make me go, oh, I can't wait 2 months, you know. I enjoyed what I played of it. The beta is still up till the 16th, so you've got 3 more days to check it out. I think it ends on Tuesday or Wednesday. If you want to check it out, I would say give it a chance, try it out. I think the beta is also on PS4 and Xbox. You can check it out, and PC, I think. Yeah, that's all I can really say about it, basically. I might do a full in-depth review when the game comes out, but first impressions, get 2 thumbs up for me. I'd give it maybe an 8 out of 10 for my first impressions. Fun, initiative. I like the uniqueness to the game. The card system works pretty well. Great variables, a lot of RNG in there, great replay value. It's going to be a great game. I highly recommend it if you enjoy those type of games. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, and feel free to leave a like and, of course, comment below. Let me know if you played Back 4 Blood. Are there any other games like Left 4 Dead that maybe I haven't checked out? Like I said, I've played Vermintide, I've played Back 4 Blood, I've played a bunch of them, but are there any other ones out there? My big DVD 170 box should be with us, hopefully no later than Tuesday, I'm hoping. So even if it turns up on Wednesday, it don't matter, you know, we've got 3 days. But so that will be probably my next video. So and as always, subscribe if you haven't already, and join the family. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch at the Mad Kiger. eBay store on the link on my channel if you want to see what I've got for sale. I'll probably put some more stuff up for sale soon. There'll be more DVDs going up for sale soon. I've got Xbox 360 games, some Wii games that I've put on there. I might go through and put some other stuff up for sale. But as always, guys, have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.